So Kate has eggs. That's not Kate, by the way. She does have eggs, this fish, but that's not Kate. That is Kate. Kate has a tail full of eggs. How awesome is that? But this video is not about Kate and her eggs. So I've spent the whole day, this is home by the way, not my shop. Yeah, we're going back crazy. But spent the whole day doing water changes. There's Mr. Red-tailed Catfish. Hello, Mr. Red-tailed Catfish. He is now 19 years old. A little bit bigger than he looks. He's about a meter long. So the males don't get as big as girls, I've been told. So that is a boy. This video was going to be about the new system I've got here, which is for breeding like egg-laying fish. So I've got some celestial peldinios and some albino. I always forget the name of them. What are they? Albino cherry barbs. There goes Benji. So yes, albino cherry barbs, celestial peldinios. I needed more space, so I have actually got another rack here. I just don't have lights for them at the moment. So I've got all the baby bristlenose. What else have I got in here? I actually need bigger tanks for the baby bristlenose. There's baby Corydorus. There's a few other bits and pieces. Oh, I got baby whiptails. Woo, baby whiptails. All the baby L numbers around the other side. But I have kind of got this plumbed in. So these tanks, obviously, I've got a sump down here. So I have a 4-foot tank here. This is temporary. I need to make a wider one. Need to make a wider one. Need to buy a wider one. So it fits a little better because we've got a 2-foot wide to play with, and this is only 18 inches or so. But I've got the water pumping up. I've got my Delua pump, which is actually working really, really well. I am going to start stocking these. This is on the lowest setting, and there is tons of water. But I am going to hook it up to this row as well. So it's going to be double, and then it's going to be this row and this row and this row. So I think the bottom row is high enough to overflow back into there. I may need to drill a couple of holes in the tank while the tank has got water on it. I know. I reckon it'll be fine. It'll be fine. The worst that happens is it cracks, and you know, wouldn't be the first tank I've cracked. There's a crack right there. Yeah, so the idea is to connect this pump, which is pumping the water into these tanks here, into this system and overflowing into the sump. I'll do the same on this, but at the moment it's just temporary. As I said, no light that's working at the moment. I need a transformer for that light, but I've got more fish spawning in there and baby fish grow out, and that is my very, very noisy sump at the moment. But as I was doing all that today, this tank, it looks overcrowded, but it is very, very big. It's 4-foot front to back. The DOVII cichlids have wanting to breed because it is really warm here at the moment. It's 29 degrees Celsius. So there's the female DOVII there. The boy is somewhere in here. He's been harassing the peacock bass, which are also wanting to spawn. There we go. There he is there. So that is the male DOVII harassing that male peacock bass, which that male peacock bass is also harassing that girl there, and he wants to breed. That girl and that he. These are Kilberry peacock bass, so he wants to spawn with her. But we also have another issue. We have these guys here, if you can sort of see them. Sorry, it's dark at the moment. So these ones are, what are these fish? I've completely gone blank. So we have a pair of TRIMAX wanting to breed as well. TRIMAX are super, super nasty Central American cichlids. The peacock bass aren't overly nasty, but they are quite big. Kilberry are one of the smaller types that we can get in Australia. I'm sure there's smaller types. Maybe there isn't, I don't know. Someone correct me in the comments. But we've got 3 lots of fish wanting to spawn. So I did add an extra pot here, so these 2 can spawn. That is the girl there, the smaller one. And that is the boy being all buffy and boy-like, trying to harass these guys. But yeah, there is a little bit too many fish wanting to spawn at once happening right now. Yeah, and it's only because it's 29 degrees. So I usually have these tanks. There's a hemianthus cat's going off. She's filled with eggs as well. But Not going to trigger them at 29 degrees, that's for sure. These ones are going to go crazy though. So hopefully she will spawn the next day or so. I'm pretty sure they will be able to protect their eggs in that pot. It's a giant gourami. But the peacock bass, which are going to lay on that, are probably not going to be able to protect their eggs because they're kind of a little bit wussy with protecting eggs, unfortunately. Look at the standoff. She is ready to annihilate him. She just wants to lay her eggs. Yep. So I could take a few fish out of this tank, but if I take a few fish out of this tank, it's going to be a worse battle zone. There's a female black belt cichlid. She's a lovely little fish. I deliberately have not got a male in here because I don't want them to spawn right now either. And also the Oscars were spawning before, so everyone is going crazy because it's 29 degrees. But yeah, this has been my day so far. Trying to water change while all this is happening. I do have another sort of little cave here, and this is where the DOVII cichlid was. There's the big boy right at the back, if you can see with all the murkiness and that. I've unfortunately stirred my sump up today, so it's a little bit murky. It'll be crystal clear tomorrow, so I might add tomorrow in this video as well, so you got some clear footage, so you know it's not like it's murky all the time. Here's a big fish. But I also did move some baby fish. I do not want to breed any more Texas. This is one tank of 4 tanks of Texas. No, 5, 6. I think I've got 6 tanks of Texas now. Way too many Texas cichlids. I do have some available at work as well if you would like some Texas cichlids. These are super green, which just means they are brighter green than the other normal Texas cichlids. Yeah, these are not Texas, so these are big tanks as well. So these are 3 foot by 4 foot front to back by 2 foot deep. So I've got Kilbensis, I've got, what have I got? Geophagus in here, there's some albino Kilbensis, and I'm sure there's something else in there as well. Just grow up at the moment. So I still need to redo those tanks there, so I've got more grow out room. But I've just spent the whole day moving stuff around. So much fun. But what we will do is maybe jump till tomorrow, see if these two have actually laid eggs. That's such awesome fish. Yeah, hopefully he will not annihilate anyone. They are super aggressive when they want to spawn, but she seems to be the more aggressive one at the moment, which is interesting. Hopefully the peacock bass will spawn, but I highly doubt it in this tank because there's just a little bit too many fish. If you've seen my other videos, I do want to split all these fish up, but at the moment it's just not enough time. I am going to move in my rest of my fish room. I do still plan on moving all these 4 foot tanks in the middle and having a few big pools here and maybe moving the stingrays because I have stingrays around the other side in the middle. There's Mr. Groper getting way too big for a 6 by 3 foot tank. We should have a look at Mr. Groper. How are you? He's going well. So the blue damsels that are in with Mr. Groper, there are a pair left. The rest of them have gone through the overflow, which are in my sump. I cannot catch them out of the sump. So they're fine. They're living their best life with a crab in the sump. Their Groper has not bothered with them. They are way too fast. Yeah, and this tank is getting a little bit too warm as well. So we're 29.7. So obviously no corals in here. Mr. Groper is coping fine with it. But yeah, I don't like it nuking my bacteria at being that warm, etc., etc. But I think that is about where we are. Random fish room. Oh wait, we do have more angelfish eggs. So these are green angels. He's got a little bit bashed up by her, but it looks like most of the eggs are viable. I do have some baby angels growing up around the other side from the same pair. And I think we're very, very close to the royal whiptails laying eggs. So I've got extra filtration in there hitting his little thing. So hopefully he will do his thing. And what I did notice, if I can zoom in, let me zoom. How cool is that? They are baby whiptails. So I did miss the eggs, unfortunately, and I thought, oh, bugger, he's eaten them or something's happened. but there's a whole heap of baby whiptails up there. So somehow I'm going to have to try and catch them out, put them around the other side so they can get enough food. Yes. Oh, there's a little killifish too, which is about the same size as the baby whiptails. But yeah, if I don't actually... Oh wait, there's a baby whiptail. Let's zoom in. So those are just common whiptails, nothing terribly exciting. It's kind of cool though. I can see another one on the glass. Oh, there is heaps of them. Maybe they'll be fine. Maybe I'll just keep feeding that tank. Otherwise, all the Corydoras are doing well. It's too warm for them to spawn today, so that is great. Tons of Corydoras around the other side, which I'll put on the screen now for you. But saying that, I am seeing baby Corydoras still in here. Oh, wow. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there are baby Corydoras everywhere still. At least they're not eating many of their babies. So yeah, if you haven't seen my Corydoras videos before, this is the new Corydoras system. It's a 6-foot sump down the bottom. These are 2-foot tanks all hooked up together. Yes, we are doing the Corydoras thing because we like Corydoras. At the moment, I'm not really saving 100% of anything. I'm just keeping a few eggs just for the fun of it. It's more fun than a job or anything like that. So just a hobby, really. So that's the Corydoras system. That there is the L number system. Some cool L numbers turning up the next week or so. Yay, I just have to figure out where they're going. This giant mess here is baby fish grow out. Baby fish grow out. Green baby fish grow out. Yeah, my angels, these are Peru Ultim angels that I bred last year, so I kept a few of them. They're adults now as well. I don't know if I want to bother breeding them. Baby fish grow out, baby stingray grow out. So that is sort of where we are. Oh, and actually around here, we have, yeah, more fish and more fish. And I do want to breed these guys. How cool are they? So the females are absolutely filled with eggs at the moment. I just have to trigger them. I am growing some clown loaches up as well. I know I'm growing everything up, but someone has to. Albino giant gourami looking lovely. So small. Obviously not going to stay small, but around here, Lombardi. How cool are they? So that is my first batch of Lombardi. And I think if we zoom in this side, that is my second batch of Lombardi in there. So we got more Lombardi. So my African cichlid pond, which is this here, which is a 7-foot by 3-foot pond. I know. At the moment, it's like 26 degrees, so it's fine unheated. I'm going to have huge issues in winter, so I'll probably just dismantle this and have white cloud mountain minnows in it or something. They are going really, really well. So the Lombardis are mature. Obviously, they're the first to breed. The blue dolphins, or the albino blue dolphins, haven't started breeding yet because they're just not quite mature. I've got a few high pH rainbow fish in there as well. What else have I got in there? My Rostratus. They haven't matured yet, but they are getting a decent size. So they're maybe about 10-12 centimeters now, so you can just start to make out females. I know I'm starting to lose light, so you probably can't see what I'm talking about, but there are Africans in here somewhere. I'll do that on-screen thing so you can see them in the daytime. So this is tomorrow morning. Yes, I am time traveling again. Woohoo! But that is sort of where we are. Ouch, I walked into a fish tank. That is sort of where we are with the fish room update this week. Yes, it's a one-take bit of a nightmare, apart from the extra bits I've added. But everything is breeding. Ah, how pretty are those fish? Very, very cool fish. So yes, big tank, too many fish. I know, we're gonna sort that out. More fish everywhere. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next wonderful video.